Sorry, just debating about time. Good evening and welcome to the Town of Milton Committee of Adjustment and Consent. My name is Mark Klug and I'm the chair of the committee. The 5 members of this committee are citizens of the Town of Milton and are appointed by Town Council for a 4-year term. We are appointed to act upon matters respecting the Committee of Adjustment and Consent in accordance with sections 44 and 45 of the Planning Act. The other committee members in attendance tonight are Mr. Tyler Slatt, Mr. Salman Elahi, and Mr. Chris Trombino. Agenda announcements and amendments. Scott, anything?
None tonight, Mr. Chair, thanks.
Okay, disclosure of pecuniary interest. Do any committee members have a pecuniary conflict of interest with respect to any of the application on tonight's agenda? If so, please declare it now by raising your hand. We're all good? Thank you, gentlemen. Excuse me, sorry. Housekeeping items. Tonight's meeting is set in the agenda. Only those matters before the committee will be discussed. This meeting is not the appropriate forum to discuss property standards issues, property taxes, or any other general complaints to the town. Please contact the town during normal business hours to discuss these and any other matters. All written correspondence provided to the Secretary-Treasurer have been issued to the members and is now part of the public record and are hereby read into evidence. In order for the committee to approve an application, the majority of the members present must satisfy themselves that the application satisfies the applicable requirements of the Planning Act. If there is a tie vote, the application is denied. Applicants or their agent will automatically receive a copy of the committee's decision. If anyone else would like a copy of the decision, please contact the Secretary-Treasurer. And don't forget to sign in. On your way in, there was a sign-in sheet. Thank you. If I don't say it, all decisions are subject to a 20-day appeal period, during which time any decision could be appealed by only the applicant, the municipality, certain public bodies, and the minister to the Ontario Land Tribunal. If you wish to appeal a decision, please again contact the Secretary-Treasurer. Approval of our last meeting minutes. With respect to the minutes of our meeting dated Thursday, April 24th, 2025, I have a motion moved by Chris Trombino, seconded by Tyler Slatt, that the minutes from the Thursday, April 24th, 2025 Committee of Adjustment meeting be approved. Any discussion on those minutes? None. All those in favor, please raise your hand. So that carries and those minutes are passed. So now moving on to the public portion of our meeting. The first item for consideration on tonight's agenda is A25-022M 4151 Ennisclair Drive. If the applicant or agent or owner, there you are. So, if you could state your name, good evening, if you could state your name and clarify whether you are the applicant or the agent first, please.
Amy Tillichter, I'm the agent.
Thank you. Please tell the committee what variances you're applying for, an explanation or purpose and reasons for the application, and why you feel it's minor in nature, and you have the floor for 5 minutes.
Thank you. Good evening, Chair and committee members. I am here on behalf of the homeowners to request approval of 2 variances for an attached garage addition. We were here in March for this exact same proposal, and we did have 5 variances approved. However, after that meeting, it was brought to our attention that us, along with zoning staff, did miss 2 variances. So this proposal is the exact same from March. So it's just 2 variances that we did miss in regards to the driveway. So the first variance is we're asking to allow a driveway to have a maximum width of 25.1 meters. The zoning bylaw does state that a driveway leading to a garage that has 3 or more car garage, the driveway must be that exact garage wall face width. In our proposal, we do have a man door separating the existing garage from the new garage addition, so that man door wall does not count towards garage wall face. We did confirm that with zoning staff, so this 25.1 meters allows for that driveway to go in front of that man door in the middle. The second variance we're asking for is to allow the residential driveway to encroach into the interior side yard. So currently the zoning bylaw does state that unless the driveway is leading to a garage or a carport in the rear yard, you cannot have the driveway encroach into the interior side yard. So we are asking for 6.3 meter encroachment into the interior side yard, leaving a 1.2 meter side yard setback. This is to allow the homeowner to pull into his driveway and back up into the garage with his fishing boat. The fishing boat is pretty long, so that attached to the pickup truck, it's kind of hard to back into his driveway with the current driveway. If you have any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer them.
Thank you. Are there any questions of the committee to the agent? Nope. Okay, thank you very much. If you just have a seat. I'm going to open it up now to the public. Are there any members of the public that wish to address the committee regarding this application at 4151 Ennisclair Drive? Going once, twice. Seeing none, I'm going to close public participation and turn it back over to the committee. Do you have any questions of the planner, which is Ms. Wellings? I just have one question, and I don't want to belabor it. It's sort of yes or no. Are we losing 2 trees because of the encroachment into the side yard?
Through you, Mr. Chair, that's correct.
And that was okay. We fleshed that all out the last meeting about the trees, right?
Yes.
We did. Okay, that's fine. Thank you very much. All right. Any other discussion, gentlemen? None? All right. We'll move right to motion. Excuse me. I have I have a motion moved by Tyler Slatt, seconded by Christopher Trombino, that the application for minor variance A25-022M 4151 Ennisclair Drive be approved subject to the following conditions. That the development shall be constructed in accordance with the site plan prepared by Janssen Consulting and stamped by Town Zoning on March 3rd, 2025. That the arborist report and tree planting plan be complied with, by the homeowner during and after construction of the proposed development. I apologize. 3, that a building permit be obtained within 2 years from the date of the decision. And 4, that the approval be subject to an expiry of 2 years from the date of decision if the conditions are not met, if the proposed development does not proceed, and or a building permit is not secured. Any discussion on the motion as read? All those in favor, please raise your hand. So that, there you go. That is approved. There is that 20-day appeal period, though. Thank you very much. Have a good night. Can I keep going? Yeah. Okay, we're going to keep going. Just give me a minute to get my paperwork. There. We are, second item on the agenda is A25-023M 103 Martin Street. If the owner agent could come forward, please. Hello, sir. So if you could just turn on the microphone, there's a big dot. Thank you. If you could state your name and clarify whether you are the applicant or the agent first, please.
Certainly. I'm Scott Ashby. I am the pastor of Graceway Baptist Church, so I guess that would mean an agent. I don't own the building, but I represent it.
Okay.
Lead the congregation.
Fair enough. If you could tell the committee what variances you're applying for, an explanation of the purpose and reasons for the application, and why you feel it's minor in nature, and you have the floor for 5 minutes.
Certainly. Thank you. We are asking that an encroachment be granted 1.26 beyond the front line into the right-of-way for the construction of an accessibility ramp, which is going to take up part of the existing brickwork / sidewalk in the front of our building. That will be replacing an existing rounded off step, which is difficult for some of our church attenders to go to. I realize this is not a worship service, so permit me here. I would just say one of our goals as a church is to demonstrate the love of Christ to the people of Milton, and one of the ways that we do that is by including people who have difficulty with walking or in a wheelchair and that sort of thing. And so we want to be able to grant that. I have an email here even from one of our church attenders who are basically saying, I would bring my mom, but she can't get into the building. We have 2 people down the street in Martindale Gardens who would come to our service if that difficulty was removed. So I take these as just representative of potentially many more who would be able to access our place of worship if we were to be able to put a ramp into place. That is what we are asking for the purposes of ease into our building.
Thank you, sir. Does anyone have any questions of the pastor? None. All right. Thank you very much. If you just turn off your mic and have a seat.
Thank you.
I'm going to open it up to the public. Are there any members of the public that wish to address the committee on the application at 103 Martin Street? Going once, twice. All right, I'm going to close public participation, turn it over to the committee. Does the committee have any questions of the planner, which again is Ms. Wellings? Just no issue. I looked at the plans and I've driven by there. No issue with it being that close to the sidewalk, and
Through you, Mr. Chair, no, our infrastructure staff did review and they're
Okay.
still able to get equipment to clear the sidewalks for
okay.
snow removal. So they're satisfied that it'll remain free and clear.
And I think I've talked about this before, and I'm going to plug again. And is there any way that staff could look at these types of applications that would not require coming to a committee such as this because it is for accessibility issues? It's just a plug, don't have to answer. All right, if there are no other questions of the planner, I will turn it on to motions then, please. Thank you. Okay. I have a motion moved by Christopher Trombino, seconded by Salman Alahi, that the application for minor variance, application A 25-023M 103 Martin Street, be approved subject to the following conditions: that the development shall be constructed in accordance with the site plan prepared by John D. Doris Architects and stamped by Town Zoning on April 16th, 2025, that the owner obtain and execute an encroachment agreement with the town of Milton to staff's satisfaction. 3, that a building permit be obtained within 2 years from the date of the decision. And 4, that the approval be subject to an expiry of 2 years from the date of decision if the conditions are not met, if the proposed development does not proceed, and/or a building permit is not secured. Any discussion on the motion as read? All those in favor, please raise your hand. So that is approved. There is that 20-day appeal period. Keep going? Okay, so our last item is A25-025M 392 Clarkson Gate. If the owner or applicant, come on down. Good evening, sir. If you could state your name and clarify whether you are the applicant or the agent.
Good evening. My name is Rezgi Haile. I'm the owner of the property with my wife here. And good evening, everyone. Our application is minor, given that our house built 9 years ago. It is detached home with 2 garage outside parking spots. And the proposal is to ask for to facilitate the construction of additional dwelling unit, basement unit, which is spacious, and the following variances to zoning bylaw 016-220/2014 as amended is required to allow an existing porch with cold storage. So our cold storage is below our entrance, which is on the side, and there is enough space on the left side and enough space on the right side of those neighbors because it is detached. So encroachment of 0.25 meters into the required 1.2 meter unobstructed pedestrian access, whereas the bylaw states that the following encroachment shall be permitted within the minimum 1.2 unobstructed pedestrian access. We believe this is minor. And A, utility meters. B, window wells. Window wells are on this side, on the porch side of our house, and a maximum projection of 0.3 meters. And C, gate with landing above grade in accordance with section 410 of 8E, which is 0.25 meters. So that's our request, and I hope it meets the minor variance requirements. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you. Are there any questions of the committee to the owner? No. All right, if you can just turn off your microphone and just have a seat, sir. I'm going to open it up to the public. Are there any members of the public who wish to address the committee on the application at 392 Clarkson Gate? Going once, twice. All right, I'm going to close public participation and turn it over to the committee. Are there any questions of the committee to the planner, which is Ms. Suffren? No. Okay. We will go right to motion. I have a motion moved by Salman Alahi, seconded by Tyler Slatt, that the application A25-025M 392 Clarkson Gate for minor variance be approved subject to the following conditions: that the unobstructed pedestrian access be provided in accordance with the site plan prepared by Kanishk Chakala. I apologize if I mispronounced that. And date stamped by town zoning on April 11th, 2025. 2, that prior to a building permit issuance, the applicant incorporates a sprinkler system designed by a qualified professional in fire protection systems in accordance with NFPA 13D standards within the building permit package for the proposed additional residential unit. And 3, that the decision be subject to an expiry of 2 years should the development not proceed, conditions not be met, and/or a building permit is not secure. Any discussion on the motion as read? All those in favor, please raise your hand. So that is approved, sir, and there is that appeal period for 20 days. So that concludes our public part of the meeting. So next meeting, our next regularly scheduled hearing is for Thursday, June 26, 2025, commencing at 6 p.m. Scott, how many do we have? 6? Well, okay. 6 or 7. Any other discussion, gentlemen? Seeing none, then we are adjourned at 6:15 p.m. Thank you all for attending. Have a good evening.